When you were a kid, did you ever watch those cartoons like Voltron or Captain Planet or something where all these team members would just join forces to increase their power to defeat some terrible enemy? I always thought that was cool, and I wanted to be a part of a team like that. The crazy thing is for a long time, I had that capacity and I never knew it. And that is because if you are a VA loan entitlement holder, you can actually join forces with another entitlement holder to purchase a home. Here's how you do it. So before we dig into all of that, if you have any questions, please reach out to me directly. We'll set up a phone consult and we'll walk through any questions or scenarios that you might have. Exactly how is it that entitlement holders can join forces to purchase a home? And more importantly, why would they do that? Well, as far as why, there's a lot of reasons. I just did one recently where both entitlement holders had other homes on their entitlement. So each had a very limited space remaining. And neither one individually could afford the home. But together, they were good to go. Conversely, perhaps both service members or veterans want to retain a goodish chunk of their entitlement for a future purchase. That works as well. So here's how it's done. If two veterans or service members are going to purchase a home, and let's just call it $300,000, the initial way to do it is that you carve that home right down the middle. So on service member one, $150,000 of their entitlement would be used. Same for service member two. Now, you still have to obey VA guidelines. So both individuals would have to use the home as their primary residence. Both will be on the hook for that mortgage as long as it's in their name. Now, how they pay it, that's kind of up to them. What I see a lot is that one will give the other their half of the mortgage and then it'll get paid. I've seen it where both send their little individual payments to the lender. So there's a lot of ways to do that. You just have to make sure that it's actually getting paid. Now, when it comes to the funding fee, it will be split in accordance with the entitlement split. So in this scenario, we split it right down the middle 50-50, which means the funding fee will be split between the two 50-50. Now, if for whatever reason, it's not an equal split, let's say 70 for one and 30 for the other. Why would we do that? Well, if one person had a lot more remaining than the other, then the funding fee will be split 70-30. So that still has to be accounted for. Okay, again, both borrowers will go on the application. Both incomes will be used. Both credit histories will be used. One of them will be the primary, one will be the co-borrower. It honestly doesn't really matter which. And then both individuals must sign all loan documents, title documents, and closing documents. Now, if you are considering embarking on this road, I would encourage you to please reach out to me so we can discuss your unique situation and the best way forward. But if it's something you want to do, the most important part outside of choosing a good lender is choosing a good partner. Because remember, just like in a spouse, you are going to be legally attached to this person through this property. You cannot make independent decisions, right? You cannot just get up one day and sell it if this person's on title, right? You have to be oriented in the same direction going forward. You do have to have sort of a mutual plan on what you will do with this property during your ownership. And oh, by the way, you have to cohabitate as well, since both of you must use it as a primary residence. So in summary, this is a great tool for VA borrowers. It's completely underutilized. Most people do not even know it exists. But that being said, you should be very selective in when you use it, how you use it, and who you use it with. To be honest, unless you are running out of entitlement to purchase the home that you want, and you have a fantastic relationship with this other party, I don't really think I would go down this road just because it's too risky and you're attached again to someone that you might not have that level of connection with. But if those pieces are in place, then it is a great tool to use that you can buy a home with your entitlement without having to pay that nasty 25% overage. If you have any questions on the split entitlement, how it works, or how it can work for you, please reach out to me. We'll set up a phone consult and go through it. If you like my content, please subscribe to this channel and check out my other videos.